Well, we were going to work on PowerPoint for the next few weeks, but we're going to take a little change of plans. In fact, a lot of change of plans in most of your classes, but this one's just a little change of plans. We talked about how there were multiple, and just review, PowerPoint is a presentation program, presentation software. And then there were others. You have Keynote, if you have Apple, you have Google Slides, and since we're using Google Classroom, it just makes sense to let's dive a little deeper into Google Slides than I normally would. And again, I use this a lot for classes, but I generally don't do a lot of the more advanced features of this program. I kind of just throw in some words because I generally don't put in a lot of transitions to animations. But let's review a couple terms. Of course, PowerPoint and Google Slides is all built around a slide. So you can see here we have a slide right here, number one. If you want to make another slide, you go to Insert. Nope, see, that's showing my lack of use of Google Slides. You go to Slide, New Slide. If you already have one set up and you just want to copy it, you can duplicate it right here. Now, another feature we talked about was the idea of a theme. Well, over here we have a list of themes we can pick from. So, and again, you can create your own. You can actually import some from Google as well. You can convert PowerPoint themes. If you click here, you get different looks. Now, you don't have quite as many options as far as customizing. If you remember in PowerPoint, you could actually pick a theme and then just change the colors around within that theme. To my knowledge, I don't think you have that ability with Google Slides, but you can always manually do it. And we'll talk about how you can manually make your own themes. Probably in the next, we'll probably wait to the next video for that. So I'm going to go through quickly and just look at some of these. Some of these they look plain from this screen, but realizing that once you change the layout, we're going to talk about layouts here in a moment, that they have, well, this one always is kind of a plain one. It's kind of purple. So let's go back and pick one we like here. And I'm in the wrong layout. Let me change my layout back to my title slide so you can kind of see more. Okay, so we have, so there's definitely not as many to pick from, but generally, again, your main goal is not to impress them with your colors and looks, but it's to actually give them good content, good information. So, okay, now that we have a theme picked out, remember there's two more terms we talk about: layouts. So a layout is the position or the ability to set the text to be at the same spot in every slide. So as you can see here, I have a box that says click to add title and I click to add subtitle. Let me change this slide layout. Here are your layouts, your slide apply layout, and you can pick from title slide, section header, title and body, title in 2 columns, title only, 1 column, main point, big number. So you have a little bit different. Again, you can create your own. We'll talk about that in a little bit, a future video. These look actually very, if you click some of these, look very different. If you click main point, it completely changes the color to an orange color. But notice if I create another slide and I use the same theme, that box doesn't move. That way, if I type something in that box here, and I type something in that box here, when I go to present it, they automatically line up. And pictures will do the same, charts will do the same. You want to use layouts. You don't want to, you can add your own text boxes using this little feature here, this T, but generally that's going to make them not line up. It's also faster because if the box is already there and if you are doing the same thing on 10 different slides, then it's just faster. Okay, so we have slides, we have themes, we have layouts. Let's talk about transitions now. So transitions under Insert, or am I going to be wrong again? I'm wrong again. It is under Slide, Change Transition. I was thinking there's another place I saw transition, but that must have been it. View, Change Transition. All right, so a transition, remember, is the changing from one slide to another. Not individual parts of a slide, but the entire slide, how it changes. Again, my recommendation was not to go very fancy with these and keep them simple. Well done, because Google Slides does not give you very many and very exciting transitions like PowerPoint does. There is no honeycomb, thank goodness. There is no, I don't remember the name of the other ones I told you not to use. I know honeycomb and I don't remember what it's called, but I put it out of my mind. You probably should too. Here we have simple fades, slides, flips, cubes. Now, there is an option here, just like in PowerPoint, to apply to all slides. So that way you can see this little icon right here shows you have a presentation. Let's view what this one, this is cube. Let's present it real quick and see let me slide this over so you can actually see it here. So this is the first slide. Actually, that wasn't the first slide, was it? So you can see how it's using a cube to transition, and that's not too bad. It's not too distracting, so I don't have a major problem with that one. You can always do fade. You can determine how fast it changes, but those are transitions. Okay, it's one slide to the next. Now, sample title. Need to see some words here. In fact, let me insert. Let me go to slide, apply layout, and let's do. One thing I don't see that they really do very well on here is have the layouts for images, to put images in the same spot. So I'm not sure if that's just a oversight on their part, but let's insert an image. Let's search the web and we'll put in a dog, let's say. Okay, how about this dog here? All right, PowerPoint uses uses layouts for images as well. So to my knowledge, it doesn't look like they have layouts that are designed to make images appear in the same spot, but that's okay. Because I want to show you some animations here. Animations, the last term we'll talk about today, is how to change one object on a slide, whether it comes in or whether it comes off the screen. In PowerPoint, you can do both directions. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on our sample title, and we're going to come over here to, it's actually underneath transitions, it's add animation. I believe, again, that's somewhere else here, insert animation. That's what I was thinking of earlier. So you can click that, or it's already on the screen if you have transitions open. Either way will work. So it defaults to fade in, but what we can, let's see, no, we're on an animation here. So we can, this one has a few more options, but still not a lot. Still not very fancy like you can do with PowerPoint. We're going to do fly in from left. We can do zoom in. We can do spin. And we can do it on click or with the previous or after the previous. In other words, let them come in without you having to wait for them by clicking. So click on click for most people. Now this is important. If you have 4 lines, let's say I'm teaching notes and I have 4 bullet points, by default they'll all come in together. So you want to separate your animations by a paragraph. So the first bullet comes in, you click, the next one comes in, you click, and so on. So I would highly recommend doing that. So let's present that and let's see what that does. So let's go to, it looks like it's, okay, so I go to, now, because I've done because I've done a spin, it's already on the screen. So this is a good example of combining animation. So apparently that one is not an entrance animation. So let's go back and let's add an animation again, and we'll do a fade in, but this one should be above the spin. So we want the fade in first on click, and then we will do the spin down here. So let's go back and present that one more time. Let me slide that onto your screen here so you can see it. Oops. Okay, so you notice now that it's not there yet because it's waiting for us to click. So when we click, it fades in. We click again, it spins. Now, why would you want the spin? Maybe just to show emphasis. Maybe you're actually showing all 5 of your lines and you're just going to spin the one you're currently talking about. Probably not the best idea, but so let's animate the dog now. So let's click add animation, and of course we have the same options here. So let's fly in from the bottom. Let's zoom in. Let's try that one, and we'll do on click, and we can make it fast or slow. We'll do it, well, let's do it that long, and let's present that. I don't see an option to preview your presentations here, so to my knowledge you have to present it using this present here, present from beginning. As you use Google Slides more, you'll realize how much more powerful PowerPoint is. They've really put just the minimal features that you need, but PowerPoint just goes way beyond. Okay, so let's click now we'll click spin. Now we'll click for our transition. And now we'll click for our zoom in dog. And I did not animate the words up here, so they've been there all along. Now, a little tip here. Let's say we're using this to teach from. Let me go back here, and that was the end there. So let's say I'm teaching about this dog, and I have several bullet points. And I'm just, okay, and let's add another common feature would be to add bullets to these. So under here we have bullets. under the ... we have bullet points. Now let's animate these as well. So let's add an animation. They're going to fade in by paragraph. That's important. But I want to make sure. Oh, here's a play button. Didn't see that earlier. So he's going to show me. So I'm going to click, click, click. Now it's important. The reason I'm doing this is to show you. You should be able to order these. So we have you can see up here, we have the zoom in, it comes in first, then the fade. You can rearrange those and the words come in first. Now let's think practically. Should the words come in before the picture or the picture before the words? Well, I think the picture should come in because let's imagine if you show the words and you're talking, you finish your last point and you click it and the dog comes out, you have this awkward, how long do I show the dog before I go to the next slide? Okay, 5 seconds enough. So if you're showing an image, you probably want to show that while you're discussing it. So you probably always want your image to come in before the text. A couple real quick things here. I'm not going to get into all the different features because there really isn't that many features to go over. But I do want to talk about if you right click on an image, you can go to crop. That's something that you'd be very, very helpful. So I want to, then you can drag these little black dots over and it kind of shows you what it was before and after. So maybe you want to just cut and just show the face of the dog. Let's go right into the face here. And then just click away so you've cropped off. So that's a very helpful feature for, let's see, you can order, send to front, send to back, animate, format options. Let's see, what do we have in our format? We can do some recoloring of the dog, give him some tints, some different colors. You can adjust them to make them brighter, darker, more contrast, less contrast. You get those options. Drop shadow adds a little bit of a shadow behind. I don't even see where it's doing it. Let's see my transparency. Okay, it's very subtle, but you see a little shadow down there. And reflection puts a little bit of a, mirror of the image. So kind of copying some of the features you have with, PowerPoint. Let's minimize all those. So yeah, you can position things exactly. You can rotate, flip things, resize them, general things that you would expect. Let's see. In this video, I think I'm about done. Here are some inserts. If you want to insert a simple shape, like a line. I will say that Google Slides does work better with PowerPoint. I'm sorry, with YouTube. So if you have a video to show, you can search a video right here or just copy the address of the video. So let me go grab a video that I've used in another class. Let's see, let me get back to my videos real quick here. Bear with me. I'm on another screen, so you can't actually see. Just helpful to have two screens when you're recording. Okay, let's see. Here is a PowerPoint that I'm doing for stat class. So very exciting for you guys to watch, but you get. So I just copied that link. So I'm gonna paste it in. All right, and I hit. Oh, sorry. Because I know the link, I want to use our URL, which is like the actual address. I paste that in. It finds it. I select it, and it plops it right down. Eventually, there it goes. Let's move this to maybe its own slide. So let's put it down here. So I'm going to cut and paste. So actually, one nice thing. Oh, you have to use your keyboard shortcuts here. One nice thing about. Well, that didn't work. I just got the. I don't think it worked. Let's present that. Maybe you can't copy a video because I still see. Well, we'll just use this one here. And you just hit play.
All right, we're ready.
And it plays. So just a. Let's see. We can do charts, tables, shapes, audio, images either from the internet or that you can upload from your computer. So anyway, that will be our first intro to Google Slides. So your assignment will be to, and I'm just going to let you pick a topic. Maybe you want to teach how to do a hobby. If you have a hobby, if you have a sport that you like, if you have a um, maybe a favorite vacation spot, or how to save money, maybe just pick a topic that you think. Here's an appropriate one: how to learn remotely while you're not at school. What is your best schedule? What are your best tips? What are your maybe you should give me all the don'ts that you should not do in a PowerPoint. That would be a more humorous look at it. So um, create a Google slide. You can attach it to this video's assignment, and that will be due at the end of the today. Again, let's set a limit of maybe 5 slides. We'll make it 4 slides. So give me 4 slides. So a title and maybe 3 additional slides. Use some of the things we talked about. I want to see transitions and animations. Use your layouts. Use your themes. Maybe insert an image from the internet. So just kind of play around, create a PowerPoint or a Google slide, and then upload that or attach it to this document, and that will be your computer class for today. By the way, one last thing is I'm going to actually shorten the class just a little bit. We're going to kind of take Fridays off. So I'm going to post videos on Monday and Wednesday and give you Friday off, because I'm sure you'll be busy catching up with math, or maybe busy just sharing your devices with siblings. So we'll just have class Monday and Friday each week, but we'll just kind of give you Friday off. So hope you enjoy your Fridays now.